you reviewed the World Cup in 2023. Can you share some of that review of the World Cup? You know, you made it to the final, and unfortunately you lost. There were some pretty crazy circumstances that led to that loss. What did you guys discuss on that review?
Yeah, so players asked their thoughts around a few areas, and staff asked their thoughts on a few areas, and I suppose you know, end of the day, we made the final. We probably weren't expected to make the final, and not only did we make the final, but we we probably should have won the final. And so, you know, when you have a tournament like that, things obviously went pretty well, and so, you know, everyone was pretty happy with the campaign, how we approached it, how we planned it. You know, so there's still things to take away, to look at and to do better, but generally speaking, physically we're in a good place. Technically, tactically, we're in a good place. Game understanding, all that stuff was good. You know, so there wasn't a lot of bad stuff that came out of the campaign. Yeah, just a little the odd thing here or there, but what we do have is we have a complete clean out of staff. You know, so we've, I don't know, out of 25 staff, there's probably about 7 that have stayed, 7 or 8 that have stayed, and there's, you know, 15 new staff members. So you know, there's a little bit of learning from the World Cup, but it's actually almost start again sort of stuff.
Why is that, mate? Just because it's so draining, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever? Is that why, or it was just time it came to the natural end of those 15 people's career cycle working with the All Blacks?
Yeah, it's no, it wasn't. It wasn't a lot of people's choice to leave.
Okay, that's
So
sport.
yeah, pretty much. A lot of people, a lot of really great people that had been in the team for, you know, 10, 20 years. I think Gilbert and Oka had been in the team for 20 odd years, 25 years maybe. So a lot of really good people that have put a lot into the team. So everyone, the people that have left, they all had different situations and circumstances, but yeah, there was, the All Blacks have had a lot of success the last sort of 15, 16 years, and so when you're successful, you know, staff retain their roles. And so unfortunately, some decisions were made before we played the World Cup. And so we nearly won the thing. And so you'd think that that's an endorsement for the group that were there to carry on, but decisions had already been made. So yeah, unfortunately that's professional sport, isn't it? And none of us really are entitled to a job. You know, you've got to, it's not your right to stay where you are if there's a need or a desire for change. So yeah, it was a tough time.
That's actually, I framing it as positive, because, you know, you're saying it's so competitive in the weight room with the athletes, with the All Blacks, with the guys. But also, if we just draw back a little bit, Gilly, it's actually very competitive for your role as well. Like, I'm sure Davey Gray, for example, is a great bloke and far out so passionate. He's you would have to say very motivated and ambitious character. I'm sure there's guys out there such as Davey going, mate, I want to get Gilly's job. That's got to be the best job in the world, working with the All Blacks. Every strength and conditioning coach on the planet, mate, I'm pretty sure is saying, I would love to have Gilly's job working with the All Blacks. So you must be a competitive, can I say, son of a bitch as well, as Gilly? What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, oh no, absolutely. Like yeah, I get asked, you know, how long am I going to carry on for? And I don't know. It's a tough one because you know, my answer to that question is I'll go when the players don't want me to stay. You know, like as soon as I've lost the players, then see you later. You know, and at the moment, they trust me. They're confident in my experience because I've been around for a while. And so, you know, at the moment, that's the most important thing. Am I competitive? Yep, I like winning. I hate losing. So I still haven't got over the World Cup. So it's still, we're just talking about, I haven't talked about it much since we lost. So so when I do talk about it, I get a bit angry, but that's okay.
Better
So
go,
yes,
mate.
competitive. Yeah, no, I know. Competitive, yeah, hardworking. Yeah, and I know that lots of people would love this job because it's a very cool job. But they're just gonna have to wait.
But being the competitive nature that you just shared, and it's obvious that you are, especially seeing your face right now. You got the boxing gloves on as well, mate. Who are you looking out for in the world of strength and conditioning? For example, let's say David Gray. Dude, it was such a great conversation with David. Who's got your eye? You know, leveraging that competitive nature. Sometimes, like in the All Blacks weight room, your colleagues and your teammates push you along to be better. Who's pushing you along to be better?
The athletes, mate.
No,
Yeah.
sorry, in your space. Sorry, in the strength and conditioning with what you do, who out there is making you go, holy cow, I've got to stay sharp because this guy's or this girl's good?
I don't look outside my little circle, mate. I don't try and be better because someone else is doing well. I'll just try and make sure, no matter what, when I start in July with the team, that what the athletes get is world class. And it's irrelevant what other people are doing. I like learning from people, so I get to visit lots of clubs and teams, and I like sort of learning and observing, and not sort of when you go, when you're a kid, I don't know if you can still do it. I'm pretty sure you can still do it. You go to the supermarket, you get a plastic bag, and used to be called pick and mix, where you can pick different lollies and put them in a bag.
Yep.
You ever done that? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
there's a shop up at the peak in Hong Kong where you can still do it. It's awesome. My kids love it.
Yeah. So I sort of find myself a bit like that. Like I'll visit clubs and I'll see other S&Cs, I'll see other coaches, other teams, different sports, and it's almost like going around and you've got your paper bag or your plastic bag and you're picking and mixing what you want out of what you're seeing, and trying to see how it fits into your program and how your team runs. And so, the All Blacks, we don't have a home, mate. We don't have a base. And so some of the challenges we have are very different to any other S&C coach. So there might be some awesome S&C coaches that run amazing programs, but they're in a base. They've got all the tools at their disposal, they've got all the technology. Being able to do that on the road is a different kettle of fish. Like we train in commercial gyms. I got asked yesterday by one of our new coaches, so Gilly, how do we do skill work in the gym? And I said, well, it depends on what country we're in, because some countries we don't even have space to do a sit-up in the gym, let alone some passing drills. So, it's very much it's a different beast. But your original question was, am I looking over my shoulder? And the answer is no. I'm just looking ahead and how to make this All Black team win this year.